Today we're going to program retentive timers in the Mitsubishi PLCs using the GXDeveloper software. We have an initial program loaded in our software where X0 is turning on Y10. To start with the retentive timers, first we must go to the parameters and set up the parameters for our retentive timers. We must click on the device and we must find retentive timers, and you notice it is ST. ST is the address we will use to address our retentive timers. And there is no memory allocated for our retentive timer right now. It's just K0. So we're going to put 2K of memory for our retentive timer. And it will tell you now that there is too much memory being used. So if we add 2K for that, we must take away 2K from something else. So we're going to take away 2K from our data register to allow us enough memory for our retentive timers. Then we'll click End, and that will save our parameter change. Now we should be able to program our retentive timer. We'll put our cursor where we like to add our line. We're going to add a normally open contact to control our timer, and it'll be X1, and click OK. Now to program our retentive timer, we will click on the output coil. We will type in ST for retentive timer, and then the number we want to call that timer. In this case, it will be 0. And then you put a K, and the K value will be the preset value that the timer will count to. Mitsubishis are 100 millisecond timers, so if we type in 100, that will be 10 seconds. Then we click OK, and it will program our retentive timer. To use the done bit of this timer, we simply go to the normally open contacts, type in ST0, and hit OK. So when this timer has timed out and it reached 10 seconds, then this instruction will become true. We're going to use that instruction to turn on our output, which will be Y11. With retentive timers, we must have a reset because it will retain its value even when the instruction goes false. So to program the reset, we're going to do another open contact, and we're going to type in X2 will be used to reset our timer. And we must click on the bracket, and we type in RST for our reset, and then tell it what we want to reset, which will be our ST0. So whenever we close X2, that will reset our retentive timer. Since we changed our parameters, we will not be allowed to convert online. We must do a regular convert first, which will change it in the program. Then we will go online and write to the PLC. We must make sure that we write our parameters because we have changed our parameters. And click Execute, and it will stop the PLC, and then it will ask us if we want to overwrite the parameters, and yes, we want to overwrite all the parameters. And then this button will start the PLC again, and we are complete. So we will close this, and we will close X1, and our timer will start timing, and it times to 10, but you notice it retained its value. Whenever this line went true, it did not lose its value, it did not reset to 0. It is at 10, which is 1 second. We'll turn the timer on for another second, almost, and it is still retaining its value, and it will retain its value until we get to 10 seconds. And then the output will become true, and even though the logic is not true with the timer, the output stays on until we hit the reset, which will be X2, and that will reset our timer. That is how we program a retentive timer in the Mitsubishi PLCs using GXDeveloper software.